Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
The Labour Ministry last year reported hundreds of businesses closing down, resulting in thousands of employees being retrenched as an economic consequence brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. Experts also predict that this trend will likely lead to the increase of the national unemployment figure, which stood at 34% before the pandemic. Labour researcher Herbert Jauch says that this financial crisis has demonstrated the importance of a basic income grant to secure the livelihoods of economically vulnerable people.
And I think this scenario of the COVID pandemic last year and continuing this year has shown us how important it is to have a basic income grant. And when the Minister of Finance introduced the emergency income grant at the beginning of the pandemic and said, well, in order to just survive, you need $1,000 per person per month. This was a very important statement, namely to say, this is where the role of the state also comes in. We need a kind of guaranteed income. We can't just let our people fall by the wayside and there is no support open to them, because this kind of exclusion and poverty is not people's fault. It's not because people don't want to work or are lazy or any of those prejudices. It is simply an economy that can't cater for them. And if we can't create those jobs for everyone and decent jobs for everyone, then we must look at how do we secure livelihoods, that people are kept alive and they still have the right to live a dignified life. And I think in that context, the COVID pandemic has shown us very clearly how important a basic income grant is right now.
In January 2008, the Basic Income Grant pilot project was launched in Ochivero, a town about 100 kilometers east of Windhoek, where all residents below the age of 60 years received a monthly payment of 100 Namibia dollars per person without any conditions attached for a period of 24 months. According to Jauch, within 1 year of the project, statistics for children who were malnourished in the community dropped from 40% to less than 5%. The education results of learners improved and the crime rate also dropped.
But we've also seen massive changes in people's lives. The one that was really stunning was that malnutrition, which was quite high amongst children in Ochivero, dropped to below 5%. So from about 40% of children being malnourished, it dropped to less than 5% of children being malnourished within 1 year of the basic income grant. But there were further spin-offs. The educational results, outcomes of educational results, the tests at school, the end of the year exams, improved significantly. And these are the statistics from the local school there. So as learners had better circumstances at home, better food, better nutrition that they gained, their school results also improved dramatically. Likewise, we've seen in terms of public health also significant progress and increased use of the local facilities. There were also results for people who were not directly benefiting from the BIG or for whom the amount was not very significant. And these were the surrounding farms. And because the crime rates in the area dropped, and that's the police own statistics. So what is happening is as people are finding ways of making a living and their living standards improve, the crime rates drop. And that is a universal trend.
Jauch also said that in 2015, during the President's regional town hall meetings, it was interesting to note that in all the regions, people raised the idea of a basic income grant, which confirms the need for such a policy.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.